Okay, this is a long range forest hive. This is my second year using this. It's one I built myself. As you can see, we got a lot of bees flying today. It's the first day that's been warm for probably the last week and a half. It's been very cold. I lost this hive last year basically due to cold wind. This year I'm trying to do a windbreak because most of our winds comes out of the west. I now have it fully winterized. It's I put a sugar patty on top under the inner cover. All of the upper entrances are closed. There's many frames of cap brood, many frames of capped honey and capped nectar. It seems to be doing particularly good this year. Last week I took the mite strips on. I was using Apivar this year for mite control. Even though I had very little mites, I tested for mites 3 times during the summer with the alcohol wash, and I never saw more than 1 or 2 mites. But I didn't gamble. I decided to treat from Apivar anyway. Last year I used the Formic Pro, but I don't think that made it. I don't think mite was the problem. I think wind was the big problem. The inner cover, the outer cover, has 2-inch foam in it. Like I said, both upper entrances are closed. I think it's doing very good right now. I'm hoping it goes through this winter. It has a 1-inch entrance now. I had 2 open all summer. I've reduced it to just the 1. As you can see, there's lots of bees flying. I've had bees for I think the last 8 years. Most years I've done pretty good. Last year was a particularly bad year. Like everybody else up in this part of the country, I'm up here in mid New Hampshire, which is we get a lot of snow and a lot of cold weather. Now I have a total of 5 hives, 2 here active, 3 more in an out yard, which all have been winterized. This one's a standard long lang. I mean, a standard Langford hive. It has 2 deep boxes on it. It's wrapped with a cozy. I have a inner cover with a deep ridge on it, which has winter sugar patty on it and regular white sugar on it, which should give them a lot of food. They are very strong. It was a little weak through the summer, but it's picked up pretty good here till later into the year. This one's also had the Apivar strips. The entrance reduced down to a 1-inch opening. No upper entrances open at all. It also has fairly significant amount of capped honey and capped brood. Not quite as strong as I would like to see it, but I think it's going to do okay. It has a 1-inch insulation board underneath the outer cover. Using that deep frame gives me room to put the regular sugar and the sugar patties on it. I've done just about everything I can. I've been watching the YouTube videos, people how they winterize their bees up here in New England, and everybody this year is recommending not to have the upper entrances. It says that they will use whatever moisture that collects the bees need during the winter time, and they can use that. But we'll find out after this year. I'm also going to get some plastic to put on the front of the burlap to make the windbreak even a little better. Well, I can't think of anything else to say. It's just we're doing everything we possibly can to make them survive. So I appreciate you following the bees.
And we'll be making more videos in the spring.
Yes, we'll be making more videos.
Okay.
I'm now inside the garage, and I'm doing what every beekeeper should be doing this time of year, is starting to prep for next year. Adding, building frames, repairing hives. I've been re-waxing my frames for next year, but I was a little short on deep frames, so I decided to order from Better Bee and get more frames. These are deeps. It took me 20 minutes to build 10 of them this morning. I got 20 more to do. This year I'm going to try to use some just starter strips and put fishing string across, extra cross for the bees to build on, so they can have regular frames, because I normally use all wax frames. So everybody keep up the good work, and let's get our bees ready for next year.